All right, well, you guys came out guns a-blazing tonight. I had you down for 14 of 18 in the first half. What went right for you in that first half?
Well, really, what it boils down to is we ran really good offense the first half, and we're not always going to go 14 for 18. I understand that, but we executed, and when you execute things well and you're patient offensively and you take wide open shots, they're a lot more likely to go in. And we did a good job with our execution. We got some 2-point baskets and sprinkled in some threes, and so I was just really proud of our execution the first half.
In the second half, you guys go 0 for 8 from deep. You went 8 for 11 in the first half. What do you feel was the adjustment that they made that got your guys to struggle from deep?
Really, I think more than anything is the ones we took in the first half weren't as contested as the ones we took the second half. I thought we could have been a little bit more patient. I thought we rushed some of our threes the second half, and it's hard because we did make 8 of them the first half, and so our guys were feeling pretty good about it. But overall, that's how it works. You're only going to make about 35-40% of your threes, and we just got to. I think our guys are starting to learn and understand the better offense we run, the more likely those are to go in.
Yeah, you did end up 20 of 37 for the game, even with that slump off. You take over 50% any time.
For sure, and we haven't been there for a long time, so that's progress for us for sure.
Now, Cole Marsh with 14, Cole Hutz with 11. Those especially Hutz with a 4 for 4 for the night, 3 for 3 from 3. A couple of members bounces on a couple of those trays. Do you think he was like getting lucky there a few times?
No, I mean, we know Cole's a great shooter, and he's got the green light to shoot whenever he's open. And it just kind of goes to show how we've come along as a team. I mean, Cole Hutz had a great first quarter, first half, while Cole Marsh spent most of the second quarter on the bench. We had some other guys step up, and I think we're just really starting to figure out what our roles are and playing off of each other's strengths.
Coach, you used 8 guys in the rotation there for the majority of the game. How big is it to be able to go that deep in your bench when you get a guy like Cole Marsh in foul trouble early?
That's great, and one of the advantages that's come from some of the adversity we've dealt with this year and injuries and other things is we've been able to develop some talent or some depth. And some guys have got some opportunities that maybe wouldn't have gotten opportunities had some of those things not happened, and they got just enough to get them prepared for moments like this, and we feel really good about all 8 of those guys, and we're more than willing to put any of those guys out there at any time.
And you mentioned with injuries, Keaton coming off that turf toe with 9 points tonight. How important is he the rest of the way to getting everything together, especially with deepening that rotation?
Yeah, it's good. He got a little bit of a run at Mount Vernon. He still wasn't probably quite ready to go, but we wanted to just start getting him some reps and see what he looked like. Tonight, once he got warmed up, I felt like he looked as good as he's looked in a while. I'm still kicking a little bit of rust off in some areas, but for us, it was huge for him to play extended minutes tonight, to know that he can do that. He's been one of our guys for the last couple of years, and a senior. And more than anything, I want it for him. I want him to be able to finish his senior year the way he wants to.
You're likely to be Clear Lake on. Yeah. Okay. So Clear Lake on Thursday over there. Yep. They got you here. What are some of the adjustments you wanted to get before you face the Lions in their den?
Well, that's what we're going to do in the next 24 hours here is figure that out. Obviously, we did not play a very good basketball game the last time we played them. I think they got us by 30. They're a good team. They got a really special player at point guard. So we're going to have to try to, look at that and see what we can do. But the bottom line is it's the postseason. That game really doesn't mean a whole lot at this point. We know that we're going to get one of their best games, and we just hope that we can give them one of ours as well.
Where do you feel your team needs to improve on if they want to get the win in Clear Lake?
Well, when we played them the first time, we didn't execute very well. We really, really struggled offensively. We didn't shoot it very well. We didn't take great shots. They did a great job of taking. They didn't really help. They took away our 3-point shooters, and so that'll be good for us to see. We've had some time to work on that. It's the second team that's done that to us now, and so hopefully some of the adjustments we've made and some of the adjustments we will make will help us overcome some of those things.
You get to get some of your young guys in tonight with 1:14 left. How valuable is that experience for them, even though it's just for a short amount of time?
Well, that's the best part about all this, right? Those guys work just as hard as everybody else in practice, and they did an outstanding job of giving us a Webster City look the last 3 days in practice. They executed their stuff just as well as Webster City did, and that's one of the things that if we don't have that, then we're not as prepared as we were. And so it's really special for those guys to get a little court time and get the crowd riled up for them, because they don't get to play maybe in a normal rotation, but they certainly work just as hard as everybody else at practice.
And you held them, according to my count, 14 of 39. So you must have done something well. You must have scouted them pretty well if they were able to execute the game plan in game situation versus like they did in practice, probably.
Yeah, we've got some players on our scout team that are very similar to their guys, and so they gave us really good looks. And like I said earlier, I thought we executed our defensive game plan about as good as we could have tonight.
All right, well, good luck over in Clear Lake.
Thank you.